Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I am coming from the gym, had a nice workout, but I oftentimes though see a lot of people on the internet talk about how if you're not 6 foot and above, you're cooked. You cannot get women and all this BS, bruh. And the truth is, women don't care about height. And this is what I mean when I say that women don't care about height. I'm saying that women don't care about height as much as most men think, or as much as most people think, because they see all these videos of these women online talking about, oh my God, if his height starts with 5 something, that's their biggest red flag. Come on, bro. Clearly it's all rage bait, and a lot of these women, you can go behind the scenes. I bet you their ex was like 5'6". I bet you their ex was 5'8", 5'9". 5'10", 5'11", bro. I can guarantee you at least one of her exes was at least 5 foot something. And a lot of the times it's different factors, right? So before we completely get into the meat and bones of this, I just want to say that yes, there are some women out there who are very height obsessed, right? There are women out there who are heightist, right? And they don't care what you look like, as long as you're 6'5", skinny as shit, you look like you're gonna die anytime soon. They do not care. They will date you because they have this height fetish, and that's all they want, right? Because I have approached women, right? And I would like to believe that I am a fairly attractive guy, right? So I go up to, oh, I have a boyfriend. Okay, and then right at the next block, another guy approaches them, out of shape, ugly, but he's 6'3", he's 6'4", and all of a sudden, boyfriend where? No boyfriend to be seen because I wasn't their type or their fetish, whatever. And I've had that happen several times, right? And honestly, that's not the woman that I want, right? If you're only looking at a person for their height, right? But regardless though, this is what I'm really trying to say, is the fact that women really don't care about height as much as men think, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've been with women, right? They're like, oh, even legitimately on their dating profile, it says, oh, if you're not 6 foot and above. I'm just like, like it, you're hot. And then guess what? I end up matching with those women and they open me up. They're like, oh my God, hi, or you're so handsome, right? There are several things that can trump a woman because at the end of the day, right, height represents protection to women, right? It's innate in them biologically because the bigger you are, right, whether that be tall, right, or jacked, right, which I'm going to get into that one soon, but height represents protection. So back in those times, in the caveman days, right, if you were big and tall, you could hunt well, right? You were a predator, right? You weren't seen as a prey versus a guy who's 5'6", 5'5". Odds are you are going to be most likely seen as a prey because you are a smaller man. If another bigger man comes in, beats you up, your girl is gonna run to him because he's going to make sure that her and her offspring survives. And that's just how it goes. But another thing as well is, right, you can bypass her biological triggers, right, in several ways. Obviously, one of them is height. The second one is being muscular, right? Because even if a guy is 5'6", 5'5", even me, if I'm seeing a 5'5" dude who is buff as shit, I'm not gonna try him because he's not gonna go down without a fucking fight, right? Versus a 5'5" guy who is just very scrawny, frail. I'm like, man, I can just take you out easy, right? So that's going to obviously bypass her triggers, right? Because she's like, well, he's not tall, but this man can still protect me still, right? And I think that that's what a lot of guys get wrong. There are several ways to go about attracting women. Another thing is having a good face, right? Because that's going to trigger in her mind. We would have attractive kids and then our babies would survive at the same time. So that's a third one. But ideally, you want to have at least 2 of these things for you to optimize, and you can control your fitness. That's an easy thing, right? You don't have to be the most attractive person. If you're 5'6", if you're 5'10", if you're whatever, 5'8", right? You can work on your body, right? You can work on your face, right? There are things that you can do, right? Grooming that will elevate you, because when you're more leaned out, right, you're gonna just look naturally better. That's just what it comes down to, because me at 180 versus me now at 160, my face looks a lot more sharper than it was at 180. But then also it's things that you can obviously do to make your face look a lot more sharper. For me, if I have a more hair on top of my head and then my beard is very trimmed down, everything looks more sharper that way, right? But that's all I'm really trying to say, is that you can bypass a woman's biological triggers, because at the end of the day, she wants survival and a chance for her offspring to pass on her genes as well. So protection, which is muscles. You're not 6 foot if you're not 6'3", right? Cool, you have muscles, right? Secondly, being fairly attractive. No one is saying you have to pop out, step out looking like a whole GQ model. You really fucking don't. But at least look half decent, right? Grooming, right? Hygiene, fashion. I'm telling you, all those things will definitely take you to another level, because those things are going to trigger her, especially if you smell good too. She's like, damn, this man is attractive and he's fit, right? So that's gonna really do a lot for her, right? Because listen, I'm not the tallest person, but when a woman sees me, she's like, ooh, he's an attractive guy in several ways, right? Ooh, he can protect me and he looks physically good as well, right? That's what she's going to say, because I am bypassing the whole height thing, because I'm only 5'10". I'm not 6 foot. I'm not towering over most people. I'm just not. That's just the reality of my life, and that's okay, right? I thought that I was gonna be more taller by the time I was 21. God said, no, nigga, you are gonna be 5'10" your whole life. And now I cope. Now I fucking cope. Nah, but that's just really what it comes down to, man. You have to find ways to bypass her biological triggers. He might not be able to provide for my offspring. He might not be able to protect them. My offsprings might not make it, because if this man is not attractive, then why would I want to be with this guy? Because it's not very smart of me. And that's why women are just naturally more pickier than men, because especially when it comes to men having their babies, there's a lot to it, right? Because you are risking your life as a woman. You are risking your life. You are risking your body, right? So women want to make sure that, hey, I can trust that this man is going to ensure that our offsprings for sure make it throughout the ages. And that's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. Yes, we are smart. Yes, we are intelligent, but we are animals. We are just sophisticated animals at the end of the day. We get horny when we have sex. We pretty much act the same way, right? Very aggressive and just carnal. That's just who we are at the very end of the day. So I'm just bringing this out there. Height, women don't really care about height. They just care about protection and them being able to pass off their genes to the next generation and so forth, right? That's all it really comes down to, and that's what has gotten humanity this far. That's what has gotten me here right now talking to y'all at the camera. Some woman was like, hey, I'm not just gonna let any man smash me, right? I'm going to make this decision to where I can have a better shot, to where my offsprings can have a better shot of their survival, right? And you watching now, I'm sure your mom had done the same thing, right? A man who she thought was going to be able to protect her, or thought that that man was attractive, so that you would have a chance to further propel your family line throughout the fucking ages. This is why I personally believe that height doesn't matter to a certain extent, right? and women don't care as much about height as a lot of men think. And a lot of men are so black pilled and, oh my god, I'm not a 6'5" Chad, I'm cooked, I'm not a 6'8", I'm not king 6 great A, whatever, right? Bro, you're not cooked. Just work with what you have, right? Work on getting your confidence up, your body up, your hygiene up. All those things are going to take you way more further than just just crying all fucking day at the fact that you're not 6 foot. Well, do something about it, right? That's what a man does, right? A man takes action. A man doesn't sit there and mope and cry about dumb shit. You can't control the fact that you're 5'6". You can't control the fact that you're 5'7". You can't even control the fact that you're 6'5". It was just something you were born with. You either have it or you don't, or you could break your legs, but you're gonna have a metal rod on your feet, and there's a possibility you might not be able to ever walk again. So at that point, is it even worth it, bro? Is it truly worth it? That's all I'm saying, bro. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Help your boy get to 1K, and I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a wonderful evening, night, whichever time you're watching this video at. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.